everybody. Welcome to the Broadscast. I'm Janet Prensky, and she's Anne Marie Eichert.
And she thinks that's funny. Time after time.
Welcome to the Broadscast. I just think it's brilliant, is what it is.
Can you vote?
It's brilliant.
Go online and vote whether you think that's funny.
Okay,
really.
go ahead, embarrass me.
Discuss it. Come on.
Let's discuss. No, we want you to discuss. We're not going to say a word. No, people are begging for these shirts. They're very affordable. $10. Ladies and gentlemen, $10. Don't make me beg. So, go to theboomerbroads.com and to the store, and you can have your very own Boomer Broads t-shirt. And we're going to be putting the mugs up for sale to my brother, who keeps groveling for a mug. I'll send you one. You don't have to pay for it.
Poor David. David, you need a life.
Cheap.
David.
My whole family. Anyway, so
is this before or after they use
talking
the house,
about
by the way?
cheap.
Your house.
Talking about cheap. No, really. You want to know what's cheap? Cheap journalism is what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, nice segue.
Thank you. Okay. Cheap journalism. Kitty Kelley, hide your head in shame, Kitty, with a name like Kitty Kelley. Anyway, you think
It
she was
is a
born
dumb
with that
name. I
Oh,
hate
she
to say
wasn't
anything.
born with that name.
Let's Google. Let's try to find out what her real name was.
Her real name was Alexandra
Kolinsky or
I bet she's a
something, yeah.
Kelstein. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Kitty Kelley writes yet another unauthorized, meaning nobody asked for it, Kitty, biography.
And you can't prove it, Kitty.
Right. It's yellow journalism.
That part
it is
of it
yellow
I do not
journalism.
like. I do not like.
And not only is it yellow journalism, but she has attacked. She is doing a story.
I know, darling. I know, honey.
My goddess.
I know.
I have so many. You think it's about Meryl Streep, don't you? No. This
Or
one's-
Julia.
That's a lot. I admire a lot of people. I have no life. Don't you talk about Oprah. Don't you talk about our Oprah, queen of the airwaves. And
Queen of the world.
Queen,
I don't think she's queen of the
queen
airwaves.
of the world. I don't
Airwaves were not
understand
enough for Oprah.
why you would take on Oprah Winfrey.
Well, I have not, personally, so please don't be looking at me. But the part that bothers me, fine, okay, I don't like Unauthorized. And I don't, even though I
And you
read
don't
them every
like
week.
Oprah.
No, it's not that I don't like Oprah. It's that I'm kind of done with Oprah. I'm done. Done with Oprah. I'm sorry, Oprah.
La 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 la. I can't even. I can't listen.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
terrible.
I know. I'm
How
sorry.
can you
I
be
feel
done
terrible.
with Oprah's just starting.
I have moved
Amber.
on to Ellen.
If you're done with Oprah, then everybody should be done with us. She's
We
a
just
boomer broad.
We just started.
But she is a woman in her mid-50s. She's just started too.
She's got too much. It's like too much. Although she does amazing things,
Yes, she
and so I
does.
really do admire that part a
Yes.
lot.
So you want her to go away and stop
No,
doing amazing
no,
things? What do you want?
I don't know. It just can we have a break? Can we have an Oprah break? It's just too much. I do, and honestly, I admire her. I think she's amazing. I'm not in favor of unauthorized biographies. I'm not in favor of unnamed sources, because you know the writer's just making it up.
Honest to God, if it
Yeah.
wasn't for unnamed sources, we would have no magazines.
I know.
We would
Which
have
is probably
no
not, by the way,
magazines.
not a bad thing.
Well, I don't know what you would do on the weekend then.
I would probably read a good book instead.
well, there's a
There's a concept.
No, but it's true. Unnamed sources is all the rage. And I'm telling you,
And
from
it bugs
TMZ
me.
to
It
People
bugs me.
Magazine,
It bugs me a
nobody
lot.
admits to anything. And these anonymous sources are who? Who are these
know.
people
And
that
then-
know so much about so many people?
And if they're wrong, how do you go after them? You tell them they're
and
wrong.
isn't the worst when you'll read in a magazine, an anonymous source says that, Oprah is sleeping with her girlfriend Gail. Oprah's spokesperson says this is not true. Gail's spokesperson says this is not true, and that's the story. So why, if both
And not only that,
parties
no, it's
say
worse
it's
than
not
that.
true,
It's worse than
you
it's
still
not.
print it.
It's worse than it's not. That's the story. It is the cover.
No, yeah.
Unnamed sources becomes the cover.
Yeah.
I think I read one of the weeklies last week that made a cover out of like Sandra Bullock is finally speaking.
And she never spoke.
Never said a word.
No. And how many pregnancies has poor Jennifer Aniston had? Poor darling. Where are the babies? Where are all the babies?
Not to mention the amount of men she sleeps
Yeah.
with. My God, if she slept with all of them, she'd be exhausted all the time.
Be that as it
Okay,
may.
I
Be that as it may.
understand, I understand, okay.
The Kitty Kelley expose is not the first time that someone has tried to knock down a celebrity a peg or two. I personally do not think, from what I've read about the book, and USA Today had a nice piece on the whole book, what I'm reading is not really all that terrible, juicy. I mean, are Gail and she lesbian lovers? Well, we don't know. Okay, well then.
As close as they could be to being lesbian lovers without being lesbian lovers.
Now there's a
revelation. There's your headline.
Yes, she slept with John Tesh.
Yeah, if you're going to sleep with somebody, and it's going to be a revelation, make it better than John Tesh.
John Tesh? Sure. Come on, that knocked you down a peg in my book just because it was John Tesh. Not that you were sleeping with him.
All right, well, let's go. Bring it on.
There have been many where actual scandal, did take a celebrity. And let's start with one of the oldest and best known.
The biggest, yeah. Although the one, I don't think
Kennedy and Marilyn.
But I don't think you have this one in your pile. Do you have another Kennedy one? But the one that really shocked me, if it was true, and who knows, is Jackie and Bobby.
Oh,
I know.
La, 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 la. We do have Jackie.
This is how Janet deals with bad news, by the way.
La, 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 la. I can't hear it. Another goddess.
She is a goddess to me, too.
But you know what? You have to wonder with Jackie what her marriage was to Jack. How bad that marriage was and how she might have been driven to do things. I don't ever want to question
Well, especially
Jack.
after her husband was shot in her lap.
Yeah, that'll turn you.
That would drive me to to somebody.
And so those were shocking and disturb. It's not like I thought necessarily less of everybody. It's just saddens you. You know, people who become icons. It's very dangerous to turn people into icons and put people on pedestals,
especially
because they always will disappoint you.
As somebody
it's the nature.
Pointed out this morning, especially these days. In President Kennedy's era, you could get away with a little bit more because there wasn't the internet, and there wasn't the media.
TMZs of the world.
The TMZs of the world. And even FDR, in FDR's day, they respected the office of the presidency. And so when he said no pictures, of me in my wheelchairs, they didn't.
Right.
Okay, well, you have others.
Well, I have others.
This is a good one.
This one is one of the rarest of the rare, because this is one where I don't think the celebrity ever recovered or ever will recover.
Right. I agree.
Most celebrities recover from these scandals, but this guy, I don't think you could ever meet him.
When you kill a couple of people,
well, you're
thank
convinced,
God you don't recover.
Well, first of all, he's deemed innocent, so you don't know that he killed a couple of people, but most people believe he did. I think we're both in agreement on that, but still, that one he'll never be. Good. And I say may he rot. And this is another one who may never be. That man, I mean, luckily he's got millions, so he will eat, as will his new baby. But he was a scumbag. Sorry. We are so sorry. Whose dogs are those? Yours. I have nothing to do with that. Yours. Don't look at me. All right, this one made me sad because I like her. I'm not crazy about him, but I liked her. She came from nowhere. She's talented. She's pretty. That was distressing. Very distressing. And then she dated him after he. That was that was awful. Yeah, when she went back to him, I was disappointed. Needless. Right. Does anything need to be said? Nothing needs to be said. But talk about recovering. Yeah. We are a forgiving country. We're a forgiving country. What president didn't, may I ask? What president didn't? La 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 la. Okay. And then for those of us in Boston, this was a great disappointment. First of all, the fact that he's wearing a Yankees uniform, right? Beth, I don't know why our producer found this, but that was a very distressing thing to know that sports icons are constantly being knocked down a peg. And again, it's so dangerous to think just because someone is a good athlete that they're a good person. But you do think, you put them on a pedestal. The whole hormone, drug thing with the athletes, I think really is a whole different, opened up a whole different era. I agree. I really do. And by the way, nobody asked, but, whoops, I'm going to do it right this time. Again, but ask nobody. You're about to do our broad salute. And I guess nobody asked, but I'm done with Oprah for the moment. I know she's our salute, and I will respect your wishes for the week. She's really mad at you. Really mad. And Lucy's really mad. She's really mad. She loves Oprah. Oprah, don't listen to her, honey. You are the Boomer Broad's broad salute of the week. You will rise above the trash of Kitty Kelley. Of course you will. She doesn't even care. And you will continue to help people everywhere. You help the book industry. You help those young girls in Africa. You have helped women of all ages be more open about their weight and their emotional issues. You know whom I'd like her to help? She's interrupting me. Oprah help?
You know whom I'd like her to help?
Who?
The Boomer Broads. We would like to be on
Well, after
her
she's
own
oh sure
network.
now you like her.
Well,
Use
if she
her.
puts us on,
Oprah, we implore you, find us, discover us.
we
Goodbye,
salute you.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.